Hey guys, Logan Richardson, Season 13, Episode 13 of Criminal Minds. Here we go.
Let's undo that. Let's take this other aspect.
So what do those new numbers say?
They're saying we're still too exposed, primarily in European bond ETFs. And by my calculation, we can stand to lose another 27 million.
But I thought, but this is my mess. I have to clean this up.
Andrew, don't be a martyr.
You've already gone way beyond the Call of Duty here. And
Call of Duty?
The boys are waiting for you. Have a good night.
Good night. Oh, beauty.
Ruh-roh.
Abby, call the police! You ready to go? You okay?
Sorry?
Everything okay?
You know Linda Barnes, the Bureau's Assistant Director of National Security. Well, she says she needs to set up a meeting with me. Preferably the day after tomorrow.
Think she wants to talk to you about the covert work you did in the Defense Department?
Yeah, that's what she says.
And?
The last time I got an email like that from a person like Barnes, I was taken off the team.
That's not gonna happen.
Motherfucker! No! No! I am putting my finger down. No.
Yeah, she is.
There you have it. Emily's not gonna let you get caught up in some crazy bureaucratic undertow.
Did he close the windows?
Agents, I appreciate you coming out.
Tina Wilson, BAU's prepared to help out however we can.
These are the offices of a financial management business called the Swillcan Capital Group. This is Andrew Hirota. He was Swillcan Capital's managing director and chief investment officer.
They were both tied up and...
You and Sub used Mr. Hirota's blood to scrawl this symbol on the wall.
You have any idea what it means?
That looks like a
Appears to be
medical
an
thing.
attempt to render the serpent-entwined staff wielded by the Greek god Asclepius, which historically has been used to symbolize the arts of healing and medicine.
Medicine, isn't that supposed to be the other
That was a
symbol?
trivia question one day.
Shoe snake?
That's actually Caduceus, the rod of Hermes. Unfortunately, the two symbols are often mistaken for each other because the U.S. Army Medical Corps mistakenly adopted the wrong Greek symbol for their branch plaque back in 1902.
And if the unsub feels compelled to sign this dirty work, it seems unlikely to be one and done.
This one's just getting started.
Alright, well this guy looks like military.
911, what's your emergency?
We are Asclepius. You will fear us. For you are the disease, and we are the cure.
It is impossible to suffer without making someone pay for it. Every complaint already contains revenge. Frederick Nietzsche.
For you.
Alrighty then. Our self-proclaimed Asclepius left that rousing 911 at 4:27 this morning.
Were you able to run a digital trace?
Yes and no. Would you believe it came from the Ukrainian city of Slovyansk?
So where will we go with some sophistication?
Or at least one member of their group does, right? Because we are Asclepius and we are the cure.
Except they don't mention the victim by name, nor do they set forth a serious list of grievances. So if they're driven by ideology, why be so coy about their goals?
The first goal of any terrorist group is to instill fear.
Yeah, but why start the revolution with the blood of Andrew?
That is the
Hirota?
goal of
Poor
terrorism.
53, divorced, father of 3. Nothing stands out in his victimology except for his job. The Swillcan Capital Group, although boutique, has $260 million in managed assets, and money being the root of all evil.
She's probably
I'm
traumatized.
sorry. I want to help. It's just, I never saw his face.
Yeah, he's wearing a
He
mask.
was, wearing a mask.
Very military-like.
A ski mask.
Seems like
and,
one individual.
And goggles. Because maybe Andrew, he would have heard me.
Yeah,
and,
but you
and
could be
he'd
dead.
still be alive. There's nothing that you could have done to change what happened. There was this one email, but it turned out to be nothing. No, right now we can't ignore anything. You have to understand. So with this email, it was sent anonymously. And whoever sent it said they would burn the place down.
That could
Andrew
be a
had
start.
one of our IT guys check down the IP address. What's the young man's name? Kyle Reeves. His father is Peter.
I'll follow up because again.
See how jagged each one is and shallow? Not one penetrated more than 4 inches deep. Also, the way the soft tissue is damaged, it appears that the blade was curved. Honestly, I've never seen this specific type of weapon before.
I have. It's called a karambit. It's a close combat weapon. Pretty popular in Southeast Asia.
Ah,
Wow.
yeah.
You know, it seriously looks like a tiny bat lip.
Mia, could you just finish with those autopsy photos, please?
So the unsub's choice of weapons seems pretty consistent with him wearing the tactical gear.
Yes, it does. It also suggests he may have a background in the military or law enforcement.
What the shit?
That is definitely not Klingon.
This looks an awful lot like the cryptograms the Zodiac killer sent.
So, Spence, how long will it take you to crack it?
Oh, with my help, consider it already cracked. I'm crazy for cryptograms. 5 will get you 20. That's a homophonic cipher, like your classic Caesar cipher.
Yeah, but where one letter of uncoded text can be transposed into one letter of coded text, here, one letter of uncoded text can be replaced by a coded letter from each of the 4 pure alphabets.
Nick, you're making it sound way more confusing than it is.
I didn't even tell them about the key number we're going to need in order to determine the actual shift value.
Yeah.
So good.
Maybe we'll just leave you to it.
No, we got this. It's all about frequency analysis.
Exactly. So let's start with the most common letter in the English language, E.
Are you flirting with me? Because E happens to be my favorite vowel. Okay, if we hypothesize that is true, then that could mean that our transpositional shift value equals 3. And if that's true, then our decryption looks like...
We, Asclepius, declare this manifesto. Our society is beset by the cancer of today's institutions led by impotent men.
These men are the essential cause of our social ills, and it is the reason they are today, tomorrow, and forever the disease, and we are the cure.
What?
Sure as hell ain't talking about the band.
But they are talking about a pattern of victimology. This Asclepius intends to target men from the fields of law, finance, and religion.
If we let the news media broadcast this manifesto tonight.
So if we put that out there, then this will all stop?
No, it's likely a narcissistic power play if we indulge it. It's also unusual that this guy would bother to write a manifesto these days and not post it online.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he folds it up into a puzzle and jams it down his victim's throat.
Which means this message was really just meant for our eyes only.
Yeah,
That
he's
is,
coming
if we
after
were able
y'all.
to decipher it.
He may profile as a hybrid of the Zodiac killer, the Unabomber, but something tells me his real motive lies somewhere else until we know what it is. This unsub will remain in the shadow of the night.
Have a good night, Mr. Carmichael.
Oh boy.
Hey, Jess. It's Douglas, the BVP. And I'm not gonna look like an idiot because you can't do your damn job.
Oh, damn.
Ah, son of a bitch! Wait!
You think she wants to be director?
She's already remade the Bureau's foreign service units in her own image. For her, it's not about the job, it's about consolidating power.
She says she wants to talk to me about reviewing some covert work I did a few years back.
They better not take you, I swear.
Yeah, she was copied on the email, but
So the unsub's first 2 victims were businessmen types, even though he did threaten to target men of law, business, and religion.
This time he caught Carmichael outside of his office, rather than inside like the first victim.
That camera up there went down an hour before Carmichael exited the building. Guard had no idea what was happening.
Definitely stayed like planned.
The technical skills he's been demonstrating.
It also means
Obviously.
he's pretty familiar with this property.
Yeah.
Just like the last location.
Could be someone who was
critical because
fired.
he can't leave anything to chance. Otherwise, he won't have time to stage the scenes.
Okay, give me 1 second while I apply our key shift decryption, and voila.
Is it the same thing? Or something different? Oh no, that's different.
That was not what I was expecting to have happen.
We try all possible key shift values. It's the same 4 pure alphabet, only this one's not a Caesar cipher.
This is gonna be a lot harder to crack.
It's like you said, David, it could be all about his crazy game.
So you're thinking that these murderers and his coded messages are his way of taunting and then humiliating the DC Metro Police?
Or even the FBI.
There's a possibility he has a background in either the military or law enforcement.
So we might be dealing with a guy who's harboring real or imagined grievances against the cops or us.
If this guy's goal is retribution against the police, then what does his pattern of victimology actually mean to him?
Yeah, it sounds like he's pissed off at an unfaithful significant other.
Yeah.
Maybe our unsubs male victims aren't just pawns in the crazy game. Maybe they're actually surrogates.
I think subconsciously
for a
through these
father
cryptograms,
or
he's trying to
something.
tell us his real target. I do accept now, instead of using just one shift value for each word in his plain text message, he's utilizing multiple shift values across all 4 of these alphabets.
Okay, I'd buy that. Okay, so even if this guy's keyword isn't English, there's like thousands of possibilities. Like
171,476 according to the Oxford English Dictionary, but
Bro.
we know this guy's ego-driven, right? So try the word cure, since he sees himself as the cure.
Ooh, I like that. C-U-R-E. And the alphabet will give us our shift values.
Yep.
Look, Hammer, you nailed it.
We, Asclepius, declare this our final warning to those complicit with the rotting flesh.
Whoa. Down here. This 3rd corpse marks the beginning of the end. We don't have 3 corpses.
Yeah, we don't have
We
3
have Andrew
corpses.
Rhoda and Douglas Carmichael.
So
Could this be the first victim who we're looking for?
He's stabbing my boyfriend!
Get back inside! Get back inside!
Why would you come outside? He's stabbing my boyfriend! Okay, you got spooked.
He's got
That spooked him. Why
The
didn't...
ambulance is almost here. You're going to be alright.
Looks as though we have a survivor. His name is Scott Tavares. He's out of surgery and in stable condition.
we were told someone saved him?
What do we know about Tavares?
Family court judge. Sits on the bench at McNabb Courthouse.
Family court. Seems like kind of an odd fit for our unsub's pattern of victimology, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, we should get a statement from Tavares and also talk to his girlfriend.
He was stabbed to death in his driveway.
See, police report describes the attack as part of an attempted robbery.
But keep reading, there's some curious connections to our case.
Pal was family services director at the McNabb Courthouse.
That is the courthouse that Scott Tavares presides over as a family court judge.
It was an oddly related victimology. His wound pattern even suggests a similar sharp force weapon, but what if the Asclepius symbol in blood, like the 911 call, was actually part of the unsub's plan B? An elaborate countermeasure taken out of frustration after law enforcement somehow missed the hidden cipher at the first scene.
Yeah, the police would have seen it. What are you looking for?
One of the witnesses said that she saw Mr. Powell come home and collect his mail moments before he screamed for help.
There you go. All right.
Here's some more dessert, Scott.
Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Tavares, we know this is a difficult time for you, and our questions aren't meant to pry. But
Why me?
you've never received any kind of a threat personally, or even one directed at the court.
No, not really. Not in so many words. I mean, but it's my job to decide the custody of the child. So, which means I'm usually Son of a bitch, there's somebody leaving my courtroom.
Dad! Oh my God, Papa. You're okay.
He and his wife agreed to a separation a couple of years ago, and that's when he and I first met. But then Julia was diagnosed with cancer. And so Scott didn't want things to get too complicated for her and their health insurance, so they decided to remain legally married. So I was there and saw him pull in. And then I heard this, like, big thud right outside the front door. And then he was going to kill me too. But for some reason he didn't. He just looked at me.
Reminded him of something.
I don't see a ninja like Unsub, who so skillfully and savagely blitzed his first two victims.
Yes, this act feels more impulsive.
The psychologist Sam Keen has a theory about human behavior that I tend to subscribe to. He believes it's impossible for a person to kill another without first being able to objectify them.
That theory would explain our Unsub's behavior.
Because of some personal connection with Scott Tavares.
About as personal as you can get. Garcia and I were able to crack the Unsub's last cipher. In it, he bragged about a victim. The first draft reveals too much real emotional pain. Word choices are steeped in a sense of betrayal, so his cure feels more like a teenager's revenge fantasy. More than that, the Unsub sincerely believes that he can outsmart law enforcement by misleading them. So this Asclepius isn't some sort of alter ego, it's pure charade. And
disciplinary problems led to him being enrolled in a military boarding school. After that, there was a brief stint in the army, followed by an other than honorable discharge.
And while there, he received training to become an electronic warfare officer, which is how he acquired the skill sets.
There we go.
So how long do you think she's going to be in there with them?
You really are strong like Boone.
I must look a lot better than I feel.
You look good, baby.
I'm fine.
Well, I'll be back later. So you spend some time with your kids, and then you get some rest.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh.
Hey, Mom, we'll go outside real quick, have a smoke, okay?
You promised me you were gonna quit.
It's looking like it really well could be him. But then, wouldn't he have done... Why would he hesitate to go after her?
Tara, no one saw Raphael confront Elena Duran?
No one saw anything, but we can't find Raphael anywhere, and Elena's not answering her cell phone.
Just a few minutes ago, we were upstairs. He said he was going outside to grab a cigarette.
Was he with Miss Duran, or was he following her outside?
You're asking that like you think my brother did something here.
Look, man,
All right,
I'm sorry,
smart ass.
but Raphael
He
is
probably
the person
did.
in this investigation, and we're going to need your help.
Jesus.
I got him. I found Elena's car.
Where?
Inside the McKenna Industrial Park. I'm sending the address right now.
Well, now we know who it is. Never freaking mind. What?
Taking into account the time between Elena's abduction and Raphael's apprehension, it really couldn't have taken it very far.
All right, so we're looking at roughly a 4.5 square mile area with a hospital at the center.
He's adamantly maintaining that he's another victim. He claims he was trying to protect Elena, that he struggled with a masked assailant who overpowered him and threw him in the trunk. Elena Duran is the only victim that we can connect directly to him. He knows that. So there's a good chance Raphael thinks that he could get away with hiding her until the heat on him cooled. His cure has to be sustained. Like a cover story you need for a covert op.
Okay.
And I know about that. I want to talk to him. You and Matt.
Okay. I see where we're going with this.
Do you remember when your mom was diagnosed with cancer?
Of course I do. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Raphael, we have reason to believe that your father was targeted because of his relationship with Elena Duran.
My mother never suspected anything.
How do you think that would make her feel?
How would that make you feel?
Heartbroken.
No. Not my mother. My mom was the strongest woman I know. So strong.
This hasn't told us anything.
My dad.
Oh, wait.
Just pulls me aside and tries to tell me how much of a toll my mother's illness has on him, and I'm just like...
How'd that make you feel?
Like killing him with my bare hands.
Right, you should have killed that heartless bastard because he is the disease and you are the cure.
So you gotta cover up your tracks.
And you did everything right. You did everything right except killing that son of a bitch. But Alina is innocent. And you know that. And that's why you need to tell us where she is right now.
Her blood. That's on his hands.
Okay.
The only way to make this right is for you to tell us where she is.
You killed her?
I used to work part-time security at a distribution center in Ivy City. There's an underground stop in there.
Yep. Wow. She's already dead.
It never does get any easier. Outcomes like this one. No, it doesn't. It also has a way of judging up the past you thought you had locked away. The what ifs and the if onlys. I know there are parts of this job that you really can't take home. Know that I am always here for you. Thanks. You're not going down? I have to go up, actually. Oh, right, you're meeting with Barnes. Should I be worried? Not as long as I'm in charge.
Have we met this person before?
Good evening, Agent Jarrell.
Oh. She's from Supernatural.
I'm sorry for the sudden urgency in having to meet tonight. However, effective immediately, SSA Emily Prentice will be placed on administrative leave pending an internal review. And so you will be the acting unit chief for the BAU.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. If you wouldn't mind leaving your cell phone out here, we can talk in my office.
What? What the hell? Okay. Wait, so now you're taking Prentice away again from me? Alrighty. 4 counts of murder, 15-20 years, and an attempted murder, 15-20 years. Obviously, there's some other charges you can definitely throw in there, but they're kind of so 75 is the range-ish. So yeah. Now I really want to know what's going to happen with Prentice. And JJ's going to be the new chief? What? The new unit chief? Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you next time.